relaxed.
So Mike, for the viewers that don't know nothing about you,
Yeah.
give them a brief background to your story.
My story at the gym started about just over 2 years ago. I'd had a lifetime really of struggling with my weight and trying to keep that to a reasonable level. I've always been fairly active in terms of enjoying sport. But at my age, I was getting to the point where I couldn't play sport any longer in the team games that I enjoyed. So I started doing some running, a bit of jogging, did some marathons, enjoyed that. But again, it took an awful lot of time to train to run a marathon and keep that going. And once I'd done it, it was like box was ticked and it was achieved. So I still had to find something where I could keep my weight down. And all through my life, I've struggled with that until I came here. And the advice and support that I've received since I've been at the gym has been invaluable. So my journey has really been how to learn more about myself, how to learn more about my habits, and not, what to do to not make the same mistakes that I've always done. UFit is totally different to other gyms. I've tried other gyms where you've always been given a program and it's up to you to motivate yourself and train. And what I found in other gyms was that although I would turn up and go to train, if I didn't really feel like it much that day, I could cheat a little bit and take my time and not really get any benefit. What you get at UFit is you've got a personal coach that's always available and actually always keeps an eye on you even when you don't think they are. And they motivate you and they just make sure that you're doing the right things and you're getting the maximum benefit out of every single time you train. And that for me is so important because it keeps me on track. Well, certainly in this last year, like I said, I've been here 2 years, and certainly in this last year, the weight I've lost is just over 25 kilos, which has been massive for me, and a great achievement. But that's taken a team effort, and it's not just been about me. And I've not been left to my own devices to do that. I've needed the support of the coaches. I've needed the programs devising for me that are always going to move me on and take me to the next level and keep me motivated. And once you get into that mindset and you get that success, you want more of it. No, I wouldn't say it was a diet. And in the past, again, that was a mistake that I've probably made, that I always went on a diet. I could diet and I could lose weight, but I then couldn't keep it off. And this has actually been about a complete change of lifestyle. And I just changed different habits that have, so I just think healthily, I eat healthily all the time now, but it's not hard. It's really not difficult. It's just about knowing what to do, knowing what works for me and my body, and making that happen, and combining it with some exercise, which I've always wanted to do. A little bit more weight to lose, toning up just a little bit more, and then maintaining that and enjoying it, and trying to give something back to others as well who are where I once was in terms of advice. And that's the other good thing about UFit, is every member here recognises the achievements of others, and they help each other, they talk to each other, and tell you when you're looking good. And it makes such a difference. It's almost a family here now. It's not just the gym to come to. You look forward to it for all sorts of reasons, social side as well as the physical workout. I would say try it, but you've got to be willing to change. You have to be committed and you've got to accept that you're going to make mistakes, and you might sometimes go backwards because that's part of the learning curve and a part of that journey. And it's not always moving forward every single time. And part of what you need to learn is that you can make mistakes, and you can have a day off sometimes, and you can cheat every now and again. But if you're doing the right things the majority of the time, that doesn't matter. It won't affect where you're wanting to go. So for me, I think one of my weaknesses used to be if I strayed away from the program I was doing, I then used to go completely off the rails and crash. And I don't do that anymore. I know that I can have a day off and everything's still going to be fine, and you just get back on the next time and carry on. So my advice to anybody is don't knock it until you've tried it, but if you are going to try it, then give it everything you've got. Work with the coaches, listen to them, because they've got a successful formula.